Very fancy pair of socks.
Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Evening, everybody. You join us for another night of racing on ACC for AOR's Tier 2 Season 7. I'm joined, as always, by Mr. Saffzo. How you doing, buddy?
Very good, are you?
Very good. I'm Rage F1. I'm going to guide you through the wetness that we got this evening. It is a little bit damp. We saw the Tier 1 boys struggle last night. What do you think is going to happen tonight?
I think we're going to see more of the same. Some spins, some crashes, and hopefully some nice clean racing.
Yes, and no fire. Never want any fire.
Well, don't think it's even possible in this game.
Well, you know, you can wish, but sometimes it just won't come to you. Do you think that Jack Young can hold on to another top finish, or do you reckon James and Vince Van Mervelde are going to crowd him out, or do you think we're going to get someone else in the top 3 again?
It's going to be someone else. It's
You
going to be a
reckon?
whole new top 3.
Whole new top 3, a completely random one. Well, last night we saw the Porsches absolutely dominate, really, really fast. Ferraris are pretty good too. So I will be very, very interested to see who can do what. We've got Remy Papin currently leading around 132. We were in the 31s last night for qualifying pole, so I think that will probably change. Let's go on board with someone who's just started a lap. We are on now with Alexander Irish. See what he can do. It's very wet though, isn't it?
Yep, it is pouring it down, as most would say. Currently on pole is that, I can't remember his first name, Cowley.
It's James, I think.
James.
Yep.
Yes, that sounds right.
Oh, so James Cowley was his second place in the championship, second place last time out in Paul Ricard. So interesting to see what he can do. Whereabouts is he? Is he in the lead at the moment? Yeah, he's
currently provisional pole, yes.
He's pipped Papin, if that's a thing. He is a 1:32.5. At the moment, we're on board with Alexander Irish. He's about a second down. Lots of times coming in now. Callum Sinnott going in fourth, but getting pipped by Quintin Sill. Remy and James still at the top, though. Timon LeBeau, he is in sixth possession with Powley in eighth. But I think we're going to see some more moves come a little bit later on in the session. We might even see some changes towards the top. Pascal Delucia in sixth position now, knocking down them some more. Christian Steinhaber is currently, or Steinhauser, is that it? I do not know.
I don't know.
No idea. Jack Young goes third. That's a good lap from him. So what's Irish going to do? Oh, I'm glad we're on board with him. He pips the pole. A really good lap from him. That's amazing. Remy Papin also puts in a very good time. 1:31.8. We're already in the 31s. Track's evolving then.
And unlike yesterday, it's only the top 30 now covered by a second. Last night, I believe it was the top 19 or 20 or so that was covered. So it's a bit more of a spread out group, but isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Nope. Nope. It'll be very good to see what these guys can do. Yep, you're right. It's a second all the way down to about 15th, isn't it? But, you know, it's about a second and a half all the way down to about 25th. So still wide open. It could just be that half these guys haven't put in a representative lap. We're on the board at the moment with Christian. We're watching him go through the chicane. It doesn't look like he's on a fast lap, but we'll stay with him anyway. He's on the bubble. Someone who is definitely putting in a much faster lap. James Cowley, 6/10 up at the moment. He's coming through the middle sector, just about to jump into the third. Maybe let's jump literally on board with him and see what he can do. He's still up 6/10, which is a huge amount, but so's Alexander Irish, and he's just started a lap. So we'll keep an eye on what Alexander can do, because that would be as good as a low 1:31. So we'll keep an eye. Cowley, unfortunately, just moved off my grid here, so I can't see if he's still up. He is. He's up nearly a second. This is going to be very good. For the next race, could you put subtitles in Spanish? We can't do it live, can we? This is live. Coming to you live. I can't frantically, unless we have a translator. That doesn't work, does it?
D.
C?
D.
C? No. Cowley then crossing the line. He's going to get himself in the top 10. Goes third. Good qualifying pace from James Cowley. 1:31.8.
8:27.
Really good stuff. Let's have a look on Alexander. Oh, he's in the pit. He pulled it in. Pascal De Lucia is currently out on a very fast lap. 3/10 up on his previous. So we'll stay with him in the McLaren. I say him. Could be a her. Pascal's a man's name, though, isn't it?
Most of the time, I believe, yes. Also, Remy Papin is about a 10th up on their current time.
Ah, okay. Yep, that'll be good to see. Oh, Pascal's off. Okay, well, maybe let's jump to Remy in exactly the same position. Ah, remember Remy with the best paint scheme on the grid at the moment. The Audis do well in the rain, so I'll be excited to see what he can do. He's on the bubble for me. I can't see any improvement on my split here.
No, I think he's lost a bit of time in the last sector.
Maybe put off a little bit by the traffic in front of him, but you never know. He might be able to move slightly. I don't think it's tenths though. I think he'll stay where he is. No. Yeah, unfortunately lost the time at the end there. A lot of people coming in. We've only got 6 minutes remaining. Maybe let's hop down a little bit. I think there's some boys who are struggling at the back end of the grid to make some time. Big surprise, though. Vince van Mervelde, who was leading for a long time in the race last week, all the way down in 25th. Just put a lap in. That's a 1:32.5, so more time to be found, hopefully, for the McLaren boy in the lovely chrome British Racing Green. That's a good-looking car, isn't it?
Very nice.
Matthias,
also,
sorry.
We have not gone over the post-race penalties from last week's Tier 2 race, have we?
Yes, go for it. We haven't discussed.
Because due to those penalties, I believe Van Veermeld did actually win the race after all.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And Jack Young went down, I believe, to third.
They haven't updated that on the server side, though, because it still shows Jack Young, James Cowley, and Vince van Mervelde. 1, 2, 3.
Let me try and get the standings up. But last time I checked, I believe it was Van Veermeld in the stand. Although it's weird because he was the leading, but on 81 points. So maybe that's been fully topped up yet. But
okay.
Yes, I shall get it up as soon as possibly.
Alexander Irish having a good start to this session. The Roadrunner Racing Aston Martin looking mighty in his awesome grey, pink and yellow colours. It's a cool looking front bumper, that. That's a cool looking car, to be fair. He is currently pole sitter with 1:31.3. He is down on this lap though, so he's obviously going for another one in a minute. So we might stay around this kind of pace to see what happens. And that's a big gap, isn't it? From first to third. It's almost half a second. That's how much Irish has got on the rest of the grid today. So we'll stay with these boys and see what he can do. I'm going to jump on board with the AMR. So he's just warming them up. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, just to confirm, it is Van Mieremuld currently leading, then DeLucia, then Jack Young in third, then Sazonov, Cowley, Leboeuf, Papin, Renoir, Slow, McLeod, Sill, Sinot, Fang, Irish, Jadasabelski, Jimmy Holm, Lima, Nimarenko, Trickle, and so on and so forth. But yeah.
Wow,
Jack
so there was
Young
some real changes then. So currently leading the championship is Vince van Merville. Is that what we're saying?
Yes. But on 81 points for some reason.
Right, okay. We might have to just double check that with race control and get an update on the bits and pieces and what's going on. I still need to find out about the super license points as well when you get some penalties against. Obviously, we're not doing live stewarding with Tier 2, so the penalties get added on afterwards and it can cause an absolute ruckus in the Discord chat with these boys. But we're on board with Alexander Irish. He's currently down, actually, which is very frustrating. Someone who isn't down at the moment, though, Remy Papin, and he is coming towards, I think, the middle sector, towards the end. Yes, he is. Yeah, he's coming through the last corner. Yeah, and he is, I think, on the bubble. He's got about a 10th to make up. I don't think he's going to get it this time. Let's have a look at that time. No, come across the line. Not an improvement from the Audi driver, so he's going to have to go again. Be good to see what old Remy Papin can do. Now he's got a bit of space. But there's no one else at the moment who's really challenging the top guys. Since these guys set their first kind of banker laps, little bit of a stale heat at the moment. They have got enough time to get back and get another lap in. We're right about on that kind of crossover time, aren't we? With about 3 minutes to go. They could do it. Well, they can do it.
And something to note, look how many Aston Martins there are in the top 8.
Crazy, eh? Absolutely crazy. Good day for Astons, apparently. It's weird, though. Sorry.
Wonder if the Astons are going to be the Porsches of this year.
Yeah, I think so. Porsches everywhere last night, but not this afternoon. It looks like we've got a host of Aston Martins and an Audi for good measure. So yeah, we'll find out what goes on there. Still with Papin at the moment. He is up just. He's literally bouncing around that 1/10. I don't think he's got enough to do it this time, but he will have one more shot at it. It is an improvement, but a very, very marginal one. People behind that could improve. Let's give you a varied little assortment of what's going on. Colin Sinnott is currently in 6th position, but he's up 5/10. So we could see a change here, and he's right in the last sector. So keep an eye on his little Race Logic blue timer. That will give you an absolute live timing, so you can see when he crosses the line if he's going to be within time. Oh, he's got 10 seconds to get around this corner and across, so this is going to be very close. He's up 5/10. This could be a pole change, but he's just dropped a few tenths, crossing the line with a 1:31.6. That goes third, pushing James Cowley down. That's a good lap there. Last minute ditch attempt to get up onto the board. And yeah, you might get one. No, he won't get one more. That is it. Afternoon over for Colin Sinnott, but job well done.
That leaves that up to the other Aston Martins to try and take that off, one of them being Sassanov, currently on a lap. Not sure, no, they're currently down on their lap though, so don't think they'll be going anywhere.
I think the only person up at the moment is John Papil in the Ferrari. Part of the Vitamin Racing, I'm assuming that's a joke with his surname. Saying that, Papin is up 2/10. This could be a change for the lead. He managed to find it in the last corner, or the last few corners. He jumped it as he went through the really fast right-hander at the end. So let's see what he can do. Aston Martin gets well out of the way. He's up 2/10. This could be a change for the pole.
Oh, 36 thousandths.
Remy Papin. What can he do right to get another place up? Well, he's got one more crack at it. He's obviously fueled the car quite high. The tyre deg is pretty much nominal in these conditions, so he should be right up to speed to get another one in. So we'll keep an eye on him. James Cowley is a 10th up or so, and he is just entering the middle sector of this circuit. Just about to go up to the hill before the right-hander, before you come down before the chicane. We are over for this afternoon, so Alexander Irish is done for now. Colin Sinnott is done, so's Papil, so's Lucia, Ludvigsen, and Abbey. So we'll see what happens with these boys. We've got a couple more seconds to go. Remy Papin is out of it. He's in the pit, so that's it. Oh, and James Cowley goes across the mud. He is not going to improve anymore. I think we're almost done. Timon LeBeau is currently round about on the bubble of his time. I don't think he's got enough in the tank to make it up, but he has got a good little bit of the lap left. So let's see what he can do to improve. He's down a 10th at the moment. Jan climbs towards the back in 13th. He's around about on the bubble. He might jump someone, but I think we're almost done with qualifying this afternoon. Yeah, Timon is now down 2/10. I don't think he's going to be able to pull anything out the bag. Oof, a lot of last-minute improvements, eh? No changes for the lead, though. Alexander Irish had it done from about half-time. So, really good qualifying session for him. I think we got York still out there, but I think he's down and we're all done. Okay, pole sitter then. Alexander Irish from Remy Papin from Colin Sinnott. Really good performance from him this afternoon. James Cowley still up there, 4th position. Timon LeBeau in 5th. John Papil in 6th. Jack Young 7th. George Sozanov in 8th. 9th is Pascal De Lucia. And then we've got 10th is Christian Steinhauser. I think that's how you pronounce it. Matt York in 11th. Quintin Seal in 12th. And then we've got Vitaly Limarenko in 13th. 14th is Jan Climbs. 15th, Vince van Merveld. 16 is Sig Ludvigsen, let's say, because I'm not going to say his full name. Paolo Lima in 17th. 18th, Jimmy Holm. Then we got Rhea Abbey all the way down in 19th. He was a contender last time out. Jay Fang in 20th. Ada Slow in 21st. Should see him a little bit higher up. Unfortunately, he's a little further down. Adam DeBell in 22nd. Paul Lee in 23rd. Then we've got Matthias, the first one, in 24th. Then we've got Patrick Strauss in 25th. Frank Pederazzini, H3 boy, in 26th. Mattia in 27th. Then we've got Daniel Brunsmitz in 28th. Brunschitz, that's a nice name. 29th. Jay Trickle. Power Jabrowski in 30th. We've got Nowicki in 31st, Stuart McLeod, and then we've got Philip Witzik, Marcus Stur, Mark Batista. They're really testing us this week, mate. Ryan Renard, Jan Garbus down in 37th. That is a surprise. Second Matthias is in 38th, and then we've got Wawolziak in 39th, and then Sir Williams in 40th. Oh my goodness, that was a workout for the tongue. Why are they so crazy, these names in Tier 2 this year? It's absolutely tough. Tough stuff. I'll let you do it next time.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, puppy.
Yeah, also, interesting note, we have 4 drivers with at least 30 seconds of penalties before the race has even started.
So, I mean, how do they even attain that penalty? I don't...
James Cowley, Jack Young...
This is pre-race stuff.
Yeah. And Garbus all have 30 seconds, and then Rhea Abbey, however the hell you say that name, has got 45 seconds.
Yeah, we'll just call him Rhea Abbey for now, because it sounds better. 45 seconds, and he's down in 19th position. This has got to be...
I just don't get how.
Pre-race penalties, because of what happened last time. This is.
Oh, they can do that.
Yeah, they can impose penalties. Yeah, this is server side. This isn't from qualifying. This has all been added on since. It will be in the Tier 2 Discord. Have you got access at all?
I have not got access.
Okay, let me just have a little look. Keep an eye on that time for us, because I don't want to miss the start.
1 minute 35.
Plenty of time, puppy. Right, let's see. Tier 2. Okay. So... that's a lot of penalties. For this round, penalties served by 30 seconds, 45 seconds. These penalties add on top of your pit stop during the grid phase. Effectively means you have a free to serve them whenever you like, along with your mandatory pit. So yeah, we've got some of these guys are using not in-game names. So all of the penalties applied. So Jack Young, Rhea Abbey, and the 2 others, but they've got Discord names. I don't know who they are in the race. So yeah. Jack Young and 2 others have got 30-second penalties, and Rhea Abbey with 45. This is all to do with last time out and penalties that have been applied during the race. Interesting stuff. Okay, well, it's almost ruined the race before they've even started, which is a little frustrating.
Hey,
So,
that's how the penalty world goes.
that's what, sorry?
I said, hey, that's how the penalty world goes.
Okay, was that your best Alexander Irish impression?
No, that was my best generic accent.
Okay, right. I'm sure you could probably do better than that. Can you do a pirate?
No.
Dar. Good weather for pirates this evening.
Oh, yes, I sail on the seven seas.
So you can do a good pirate. Everyone, I challenge.
I'm pretty sure everyone can do a good pirate impression.
Everyone can do a good pirate. One of my good friends, really bad at impressions, like awful. Everything sounds like an amalgamation of Indian and Chinese when he tries to do any impression. But he can do a pirate. I challenge anyone, you can do a pirate impression. Right, Irish then leads them away. Papin follows, but way off the mark. You can still go through your competitors at this stage. We will stay in helicopter view and we will quickly jump down the pack. So don't get confused if you see crazy stuff happening on screen or people being missed out, because we have to keep up with what's happening behind, because literally anything can happen at the start, and it pretty much will. So I will be jumping all the way through the grid, because a first lap incident is bound to happen, and I don't want you guys to miss it. Remy Papin really out of place there, having to slam on the brakes before the start. He might get himself an in-game penalty for that, so we'll keep an eye. Irish is going to lead them away. We're almost green. Turn one's going to be crazy. We are go, go, go. Remy Papin getting a blinding start, managing to jump Irish off the beginning there, and tucks it up the inside after a really good entry to that corner. He's going to challenge into turn one, and there's contact already. Right, I said it would happen, and Irish was unfortunately not benefiting from that. He's joined safely-ish. Let's jump down the grid. Hopefully we don't have any more incidents, because it can happen. There is tapping, but I think it's all sorted. I think we're okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much just people grouping together from it being like one. No major incidents so far, just a few people going wide and a few taps here and there, nothing more than that.
Matthias was a little sideways there, but he manages to kind of regain himself. Oh, the concertina going into this really tight right-hander before the hill. I think we're all good, though. I think everyone got through okay. But that change for the lead with Remy Papin, I think, is going to come back to haunt him later, because there's going to... Well, it was for the lead, I guess, and he was on the inside. It looked like a good move, you know. Did it look like Irish came across him? I'm not sure what Remy could have done.
I was halfway down the field looking for incidents, if I'm honest.
No, that's fine. I mean, I don't get why Irish moved back over. Remy was far over on that inside. The corner goes down the hill to the right, so I'm not too sure what Remy could have done, but I'm not too sure who's going to be the recipient of a penalty after that.
Big incident at the penultimate corner. About 4 or 5 cars involved. One of them being Mattia Brugnara, Sir Williams, Matthews Bogus, and I believe Wadstek was also one of them. I saw that from going aboard J Trickle, who had their own incident towards the end of the middle sector. And penultimate corner, 4 or 5 cars involved, and one of them has already retired. I believe that was car 9. And there are people already in the pits, but I think that's unrelated.
Yeah, Mattia has, looks like, if you're saying he has retired yet, the number 9 car. Mattia already in the pit and deciding doesn't want any more of this. Wow. Oh yeah, of course, there's not live stewarding for this one, I forget. So, this could be decided after the race for Remy Papin. It might not be an easy victory, because he might get it stolen away from him. I mean, it's such a hard start, and it's such a long race. There's an hour to go. Do you really go that defensive? I just don't get. I know it was for the lead, but Alexander Irish losing out massively because of that contact. Yeah. On the fence, I think, at the moment. But I don't know. I find it hard to lay the blame on Remy Papin there. It was a lovely cutback through turn 1, took the inside, and it just looked like Alexander tried to squeeze him, and then it just sent him off, and it was a really hard place to come off. He didn't hit the wall, though, so managed just to keep it out. Interesting. We'll get an update of that at the end, and we'll update you next race, guys, whoever's doesn't have access, but yeah, that's a shame. I'm sure we'll find out. Someone else pops into the pit. Who was that? That was Sil. Yeah, coming in to serve as pit stop. A lot of these boys last night in the Tier 1 did exactly the same thing, so maybe these guys learning from that, because that got Nico Solman his podium finished by coming in lap 1. It is definitely a doable strategy.
Definitely is. There's a battle for 13th at the moment between Ludvigsen, Lima, and AB. AB going for the middle inside. There's a tap, and he's round onto the grass.
Is that rear Abbey? Oh, he's almost taking someone with him, and he does!
There we go. There it is. I believe that was
slow.
in slow. And AB is dropped on track. That's a teleport to the pit and probably race over.
I think that's race over for Rear Abbey. Unfortunately, I was going to say he held the brakes like he should have done before he joined the track. But I don't think he really had much choice about how he joined the track because he was sliding about 90 miles an hour, wasn't he? Bless him.
And Ada Slow's front end has been severely damaged by the looks of it, and he's down to 30th. I believe he was about 19th when the incident happened, so... There might be some heated discussions in the server after the race.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like a tap from the rear end, wasn't it? Who was it that was fighting with Abby?
It was Abby... Let me go back at the front so I can remind me. It was Lima and Ludvigsen.
Okay.
I believe it was... Abby was trying to get past Ludvigsen while Ludvigsen was trying to get past Lima. Ludvigsen got held up by Lima, so Abby got past Ludvigsen, and then Lima either didn't see Abby or Abby went for a move that they shouldn't have, got the rear end of Lima and spun around.
Okay. Well, we're on board with Irish at the moment. He's managed himself to bag him another place. Doesn't look like he's got too much damage on that car after that incident on that one, so hopefully he can fight back through the field. He's got some boys ahead of him with some quite hefty penalties, Cowley and Young. So he's going to net himself 2 positions. So he technically is in 5th. So he could, in essence, he's got a big old scrape down the side. So he's got a couple of seconds worth of damage on the car. Rain,
and on the back of the car as well.
I was going to say rain does kind of not affect the damage as much, or doesn't, because you're going slightly slower anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. He's got some damage on the rear end too. Watching them all come across this timing screen here, and hopefully we can get some guys who are really close. Sazonov is making the most of the damage in front of him. He was just taken by Irish, so not sure how Irish was managing to get past him. That is Delucio, I think, going for a move up the inside. We'll stay with them too as they come down to the penultimate corner. I think Delucio's managed to hold on to it, if not promote himself. I didn't see who went for the move there. We got the back end of it. That's him and York fighting out. I think that's York. Yes, it is, Matt York, in the York Sports racing car, which it looks awesome in those colours. Very McLaren-esque.
Speaking of nice-looking cars, a nice-looking car, the Silver Racing Team Mercedes. Mijolak down in 20th has just got past the McLaren of Daniel Brunschitz. The 20th place, Brunschitz, after having a little tussle with their teammate Philip Witchcat in the McLaren. And speaking of McLarens, the before's head McLaren of Brunschitz has just got past the Mercedes. The Mercedes has gone way down. Just lost a bunch of positions in turn 1. Now that said McLaren from earlier has gone off the circuit, that is a very odd incident.
Yeah, was that Brunschitz running wide?
That was Brunschitz.
I love that name. Can say it all day. Right, he's down now in 25th. That really has hurt him, isn't it? That little excursion.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know why he was off.
They both went much slower without any contact. So.
Right. Jersey was Jersey, let's just say. That's a real tongue tire, isn't it? We've got some tongue tie names here. Jerebuski is also a pretty a tongue-tied name. Pedrazini, very tongue-tied. Woboziak. Let's just call him Jersey. It's Crop. That's why. It is the man himself. It's Crop. So this is the AOR masterman behind all of the endurance races. Him and one other. He's currently in P26.
Oh.
It's the Cropster.
The Cropster.
He's probably loving this weather. Yep. Andy Vandervelde saying, it's Crop. Yeah. I didn't realise until I saw his nickname. And I was like, oh yeah, it's Crop. He's currently chasing down Mr. Trickle. But no luck so far. We'll keep an eye on him. I think we've got some moves from Van Merville, possibly. Let's jump our way up towards the top and see what's happening with Mr. Papin. Currently still lapping in the #1 spot. Cowley is slowly catching him up, and he's got LeBeau for company. It's like the last race all over again, isn't it, with Cowley and LeBeau? It's round 2 almost. Young is then trailing those guys by 4 seconds. Papil and Sazonov are following them, and Alexander Irish looks like he has actually started to fall down slightly. So let's go on board with Irish. Him and Sazonov have been battling, it seems, because he's lost the position there. And then we've got Steinhauser just a little bit further behind, so we'll keep an eye on what's going on with these two guys. He's sandwiched in between these two guys. They're both R Motorsports drivers. So let's go on board with Christian and see him reel in a wounded Irish. I think it's going to happen
Irish
soon. He's in. Yeah. Didn't want any more of that, I don't think. Van Mervelde is really close too. So let's just jump away from Christian a second. It looks like actually Van Mervelde's got the job done before we could jump over to him. Unfortunate. Missing the move again. He's got to chase down Ludvigsen. It's going to be a good old 2-second tussle, that. Yep, this is the main kind of attraction that we had last time when the top boys pit, where the netted positions of the guys who have pitted already. So where does that pit kind of crossover happen? Is it it's Colin Sinnott who did... Oh, that's someone off. That's the Mercedes. I just saw flying across the dirt there. Who's that? Is that Nowicki?
I am not aware of what you're on about.
Silver Racing Team. I think he just saw him have a little excursion through the middle sector, but he's all good. So yes, Irish is now pitted. So let's see what happens with Irish and the fight with the guys who pitted originally. So Irish, yes, he did lose the position to Colm Sinnott. So Colm has got himself up, and that's obviously because he pitted earlier. How far can Colm push it? Because he was, what, 3rd position? He might be able to jump for the lead here, because Remy's not exactly running away at this stage. And we've got penalties for James and Jack. So we could see a charge for the lead from lap 1.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
Yep, it really would. He's got clear air for days. He's on his own. This is his own race. He can go along and win. And he's under the 555 numbers. Do you remember who used to run under 555 back in the day?
Who used to run under 555 back in the day?
It was a young Jensen Button, I think.
Oh, was it?
There was a lot of enthusiasm there. I don't know if it was actually his number, but it was a sponsor when he was racing round with... Oh, God. Who did he come in with? I've got a funny feeling it was... Because he had some management first that he then got kicked out of the team. So it was Williams he came in with, got kicked out of Williams, and then went under the wing of that Playboy guy that helped... Oh, who was it? What's his name? He's banned because he cheated in Singapore.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag car, 840.
840.
That's Adam Dubiel.
Ooh, okay.
Dubiel.
Whereabouts is he?
Was about 14th, now 24th.
16th. Oh, okay. Yeah, it hasn't updated for me. Yeah, it's jumping down.
Yeah, it says their current position in the bottom right. That's their live position, and then left-hand side is whatever their last sector.
Okay. Indeed, a wild Tortellini jumps in to say hello.
What the mozzarella cheese?
He...
Oh!
Ooh.
Someone's round 329, that's Jan Klims. Was 30th, now 35th. And that is at the start of the middle sector, and I believe is about to be lapped by Pepin now. Or at least the car behind is Pepin.
I was literally just on Pepin and we just moved over. So we missed the spin, and we also missed Pepin lapping him, unfortunately.
Jack Young is in to serve the penalty. Well, not specifically to serve the penalty, but is able to serve the penalty now.
Yes, I guess it's a good time to come in now. 46 minutes in, get a nice big old long stint towards the end. But yeah, not seeing massive moves from Remy Papin at the moment. Still kind of got a gap, 1.5. Who here is saying the Porsche's fastest? I think we know the Porsche's fastest at this stage. But Remy Papin's doing a great job. I hope he doesn't get penalised after the incidents that he caused Irish at the beginning.
I still need to watch the replay of what happened, which I'll do now. So it was Papin and Irish that were involved.
Papin and Irish into the straight after turn 1, yeah.
What car number is Irish?
Irish is... well, Papin is 6.
Okay.
I can't see
But that will
Irish
do.
at this stage. Jay Fang looks like he's getting very close to Van Merville, so we'll stay with Jay for a little bit. It looks like he's the only person on track at the moment who can make some moves. Unless we go a little bit further down, Bastida looks like he's getting close to Jan Garbis. But we'll stay on board with Fang. See if he can get his teeth into the back of Merville. No pun intended. Where is Powley this afternoon?
I am not sure.
Is he in the car? He is still in the car. Yeah, he's 29th. Good old Powley.
And also, after watching him play, I don't think Papin's in any danger of getting a penalty.
No?
No, from what I can see, it's literally just Irish turning in on them. They have plenty of space on the left.
Okay.
Like, Papin's pretty much as close to the right as they can be.
That's what I thought.
And Irish just turns in. I don't see what's happening there.
Okay. Again, I was quite confused.
Papin's not getting penalised for that, no way.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. Like, I thought Papin was as hard over to that line as possible. As Fang goes for the inside before the chicane here, that's a dangerous place to make a move, because 2 do not go through there, and he's lucky that he didn't put it on the nose into the apex there. He left about a car's width on the braking zone, and it didn't force Van Merville to take avoiding action, because he would have had to run across the grass and the gravel. But that wasn't the case. Fang was able to get out of it slightly and didn't cause a collision, which is good.
Very good.
Very good. So we'll stay with Fang, because he looks a little bit racier than Van Merville at this point. But, oh, there we go. Fang's coming in. He's had enough of that battle. Cost him a bit of time, I think, and he probably thought, let's get this done, as we go through the very bumpy pit straight that we have here in Donny. What's going on with Remy Papin then? Still a second and a half away. But Christian's doing a good job here to get close to Sazonov. Might see some moves going on with these boys. The 2 teammates come to blows, hopefully. We'll see. The 47 of Christian Steinhauser and George Sazonov. 2 teammates. This is probably going to be a good battle, actually. They probably know each other very well, so we'll stay with them. Christian losing a little bit of pace going down this little back straight before the chicane, but he might gain on him in the braking zone. It's always always hard to spot through here and not get a penalty. But you can be a little bit more liberal with the track limits in the rain.
Yes.
We'll shut up for a second so you can hear a little bit of work here from Christian. Oh, he's in. Right, so we missed a little bit of work. He's got the jump on his teammate though. Right, we got any moves towards the top end yet? No one's pulling the trigger yet. Christian's probably the highest one up who's pitted recently, apart from Fang. Give a good idea actually if Colm was able to jump Fang. I would have thought he'd definitely have. Whereabouts is Colm now? This will be very interesting. Oh my goodness, he's in 24th. I hope he hasn't had any incidents. He's still at the top end of the boys that have pitted. Quintin Sill pitted after him, so he's still looking good. This is going to be interesting for when these boys pit. So where's Christian going to come out? Is he still in his box?
Yes.
Yep. So this is looking very promising here for the Green Kiwi racing boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Christian's just been released on their pit box. It's going to be behind Irish.
Okay.
And ahead of DeLucia.
Okay. Yeah, I think Colm Sinnott has played an absolute blinder here. Got in first. Managed to get himself in an absolutely eye-watering amount of space. And this is not what you want to give someone who qualified 3rd position, and that's a lot of space, because he's got free track, and he's had free track for days. He's lapping round as fast as anyone. His last lap was a 32.5, his best is a 32.3, so he's going pretty much max speed at the moment. That is only a second off the qualifying pace, isn't it? With fuel, with somewhat old tyres. This guy is on fire at the moment. I will not be surprised if he can challenge for the top spots later on when this whole lap pit thing comes out in hopefully about 10 minutes.
And there was a yellow flag involving Patrick Strauss and Stuart McLeod a moment ago. Looks like it's been sorted out pretty quickly. McLeod letting the leaders through. That's Papin going past.
Yep. Watching them pile past now. Cowley and Lebu are getting very close too.
They are.
Might be worth watching. See if Cowley lets him past. He's got that 30-second to serve. It would be interesting to see how compliant he is with the other driver behind. I mean, if you were in this position, you know you've got a 30-second penalty. Would you be a little bit more aggressive, or would you still put on the same pressure from the front?
If I was Cowley,
yes.
I would try to maintain my pace, but if Timon got within striking distance, not hold them out.
Yeah, I think that's probably the mature thing to do. If Timon can get to the point where he's up against the side of him, you wouldn't fight him through the next corner, is what you're saying? No.
Yeah.
But he's got to get there first. He's got to get to the point where he's close. Very much like Bottas did in Catalonia this weekend.
Meanwhile, there's a battle starting to slowly brew for 4th between John, George and Matt, otherwise known as York, Sasanoff and Papal. And a Ferrari and 2 Aston Martins, 2 on 1, but the 1 is ahead.
Might see a move here between these two boys. 2 Aston Martins duking it out. We're not seeing the compliance from Cowley that we were just discussing. So interesting. Cowley.
I don't think Timon's close enough yet.
I don't think he is either. But this has got to be hurting Lebu slightly. We'll see what Timon can do, but he's not just going to send it up the side of him when he's 3/10 back. It'll be very interesting to see if he gets inside of a 10th or he's right on that gearbox. I think they're just washing each other out at the moment, just getting each other's dirty air, but we'll see. Remy Papin is still 1.7 ahead, doing a fantastic job. Of course you can do a fantastic job when your car looks that good. Look at him. Look at him go. A symphony of jungle music there, going through turn 1. Fabulous.
Meanwhile, both Cowley and Timon were quicker than Papin that last lap.
Meanwhile, sorry. What did you say? The meanwhile cut just reminded me of old Top Gear memes. Anyway, what were you saying? Who was faster?
Cowley and Timon were quicker last lap than Papin.
Okay, so they both last lap, yes, 32.2 and 32.2.5. And Papin did a 32.397, so pretty much a 32.4. So yes, 2/10 quicker. Interesting. Putting the pressure on each other.
So Sasanov has come in.
Yes.
Just come out of the pits. So Williams has just come into the pits, and Com is going to go past the both of them.
Yep, that's not surprising at this stage. And staying with this battle that we got up towards the top, I don't think we've got anything else that's as spicy at the moment. I know looking down the pack, we've got Garbus is going to be defending from Bastida, but I don't think it's going to be as spicy as what we have here, because this is for 2nd position, so I'm sorry if it's a bit boring. We're following the same cars around, but we will move through the grid in a minute, especially when Remy Papin pops it into the pits. That's a surprise. 36 minutes remaining. So here we go. We've got the fight that we wanted. Where is Colm Sinnott? Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, he's only sliding through the middle sector. He's literally halfway around the track. He's got another, what, 45 seconds to go. That's about a pit stop. This is going to be close. This is going to be really close. I think he's going to be leaving as he comes around the last corner. Keep an eye on what's happening with Remy Papin, if you don't mind, Mr. Saff.
I will do that.
We are on board at the moment with Cole. This is for the lead here. We need an absolutely blinding lap here to see if we can have an amazing strategic jump. Pitting on lap 1, doing a Nico Solman all over again.
Remy's been released.
He's been released. Oh, he's a little bit behind where I thought he needed to be. He's only just coming through the last corner. This is going to be Remy's, I think.
Yeah, Remy's going to be well ahead.
There he is in the very, very distance. You can see Remy going through turn 1 now. And Cole Sinnott not managing to get it done. Well, it might be a Nico Solman again. It might just be third.
I don't think it's even going to be third, because third was, what, 1.5 seconds behind Remy.
Yeah.
That's a good few seconds between them at the moment. In fact, it will update in a moment.
It will. 5.
5.2. So no, he's not even in the position to get a podium, but fourth is still good. No. He is in the range to get fourth.
Yeah. Well, hasn't second position at the moment got a penalty? Hasn't James got a penalty? Currently leading.
Yes, still got a penalty.
So that means...
So actually, yes, he is in position to get third.
He might get third, yeah. Unless Alexander Irish has anything to say about it. Redemption Man might come back, but we'll see. I really don't understand what View Network is really going on about. Stop killing the perception of depth of field with calculators. Right, okay. I mean, what's wrong with calculators, man? They just help us with numbers and stuff. Nothing wrong with them. Just use chase cam. No! You cannot use chase cam. I won't allow it. Leave. I'm joking, Andy. Right, so Sinnott then, he is a little bit further down. We're not being able to see the wizardry that we're hoping. So let's have a little look through the lap then of some people up towards the top end. We'll stay with James for a little bit. Naboo's dropped back slightly now. He's almost outside of a second. Have we got anyone else who is threatening? We're on the bubble of pit stops here, so we might see some more interesting dives in. Do you think Cowley and Naboo are coming now?
I think one of them will stay out.
Yeah. Here we go. Cowley takes a wide line. He's not coming in.
No, they're both staying out.
Both staying out. Okay. And this is the big gap then back to York and Limarenko. Ooh, who's that coming out the pits? That's dangerous. Okay.
That's Sir Williams.
Well out of the way. Bless Sir Williams. He is right down at the back, but he knew he was in danger and he moved right out. Tortellini saying, Andy, he is joking, but I'm not. Leave. No Tortellini. Bad pasta. Right. Nowicki is a little bit close to Garbus, and let's have a look down there, I think, to 12. P12, what's happening? Matthias is in. There we go. That was
Wadisiak.
That was an anticlimax, wasn't it?
Yep.
So that's Crop coming in.
Papin to 12th.
So Papin to 12th position, so he's now starting to get his positions back after people pitting. So that's Crop coming in a rather beautiful BMW. Good to see him doing his pit. Who else have we got out and about who's close? I think it might be DeLucia, but and Papil. So let's have a look what's going on back there. He's actually threatening in front and behind, so we'll stay out on the helicam, I think. Get the helicopter out. And he said he won't go down. Oh, what was that?
Nothing.
Was that a little Arnold coming in there?
Nope.
Okay. Get me chopper.
There it is.
Right.
You're welcome, chat.
Dashcam plus your monitor right up close to your wheel. Replace the virtual wheel. Best realism. I'm not sure. I reckon if you want the best realism, right, you need to sellotape your monitor to your face.
I'm pretty sure the best realism is buying a car.
Yeah, you're right. Best realism is literally looking for any summer's day around Donington Park and buying your own car, because it will look exactly like this.
3 more people have come into the pits. Limarenko, Kiziak, and Vitsak.
Yep.
And there's a yellow flag.
Ooh.
Car 64 at the end of the first sector. That is Wozrak, Jersey.
Oh, that's Crop. What's Crop
Yeah.
done?
Also, thank you for reminding me it's Crop. I shall need to remember to call him for that.
It's alright.
Oh, looks like suspension damage. That car was just leaning to the right.
Ooh, Crop's not had a good one.
I think that's retirement from suspension damage.
Tortellini says laughs in VR. Instantly throws up.
Still not realistic as an actual car.
Nope. I mean, do you reckon you could actually modify your car to the length that it is a GT3 car?
Absolutely not. No.
Do you not think?
No.
Even if you like bought an old GT3 car and then had a go at it?
Well, if you bought an old GT3 car, you may as well just modify that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know, we shouldn't really advertise on AOR's YouTube channel, but if you go, is it racecarsdirect.com? Oh, you'll lose hours. Give it a go, boys. Literally, just pull up another tab. Don't go away. Don't stop watching. Pull up another tab and type in Race Cars Direct, and you can have a look at single-seaters. You can have a look. I'm sure there's probably some GT cars in there as well. It is, it's like eBay, but better. You know when you get lost
eBay
in
for cars.
You know when you get lost in eBay or an Auto Trader when you're just looking at cars for no reason that you can't afford. It's like that, but for race cars. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of advertisements.
Oh! I mean, what are we going to advertise this time?
Thank you for the oil to make it sound so smooth.
Thinking about advertisements. Do you race with socks?
I do race with socks.
You do race with socks. Do you think your
I do.
sock racing experience could be made any better?
I think it can be miles better.
Do you think so? I reckon it could. Do you know what these guys out there that are making these socks that make it even better?
No, surely not.
You know, they have strategically placed unique grips.
Wow.
I know, as well as cushioned heel comfort for endurance races.
Oh, stop teasing me.
I know, breathable panels and special Cormac yarn wicks away moisture. It wicks it away. It doesn't even lap it up, it wicks it off.
Oh, you know, I struggle with that sweat.
Yep. And, you know, have you got really bad arch support? These help you. No more slipping off the pedal.
Oh, lovely.
Do you know how you can get a pair of these?
How?
Simsock.com. They're about £18. $17.99 to be exact. You can get them in small or large if you're a big boy.
Oh, I am a big boy. Also, Team on 10.
I mean, the best thing about Simsock is that every person that wins in Season 7, every champion gets a set. A full set. Not half, not one, but a full set. Can you imagine you only get half a sock? That'd be a bit of a letdown, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what if you won 2 half socks and then just stitched them together?
I mean, what are you?
A hybrid.
Frankenstein sim racer. Right, we're getting sidetracked here with Simsock. Let's have a look. I mean, none of the other Apex online.
Happens just gone past Team on, but not by much.
Okay.
Also, another yellow flag. That is Ryan Renoir.
Okay.
Off in the Lamborghini, starts on the middle sector. There's been a lot of incidents in that general area. End of Sector 1, start of Sector 2.
Andy Vandervelde saying, is this OnlyFans now? Yes, but for socks. So, yeah, Remy Papin is holding on to it just about. Lebau's coming out a second behind, so he kept his gap. He didn't gain anything from holding on.
And remember, Timon was about half a second to a second behind Cowley. But Cowley has the penalty.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Cowley, unfortunately, unless he can pull out some magic, he's going to be really suffering in a minute.
Do they have to take the 30-second at the pit stop?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to pit stop, so it has to be done then.
Right.
It automatically gets chunked on. Ludvigsen then getting close to Pedrozzini. So maybe if we want to see some racing here, rather than watching people go round, we shall jump on board with Ludvigsen, literally inside him. There we go. Going through the middle sector. He's going to try and catch up with Pedrozzini, part of the H3 team. He's 2 and a bit tenths back. Might see some changes here for the middle pack. I was going to say, you know, AOR have other sponsors. I think it's just because
Yes.
Simsock are just so damn good.
They are quite remarkable.
Yeah. They're so good that I put their advert first at the beginning of the streams. Also, because the advert is really cool.
The advert is quite nice.
Yeah. Especially with my little addition
I can't
afterwards.
batch
Right, so Ludvigsen is still getting quite close to Pedrozini. Van Merveld is struggling this afternoon, it seems. Not enjoying the wet weather. I think a lot of these boys are out of place, aren't they, really?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's a bit of a shame. Cora says, can we do anything else with this sock? No, you pair them on your feet.
I mean,
You could make them into sock
I mean,
puppets.
if you win a season with the socks, surely you could put them in like a trophy cabinet or something, and then the little engraving is the great socks that brought me freedom.
the freedom-giving socks.
Simsock has given Dobby a sock.
Can you imagine Dobby but sim racing? Bless him.
Oh no, he wouldn't be able to reach the pedals.
Yeah, we'd make him a separate one. We'd have his own one.
Ah, and then the chair would be reload down, right?
Yeah, why not? You wouldn't need one. Is
No,
Dobby,
probably
is
just
Dobby
make an
allowed to
imaginary
drive
chair.
cars?
Um,
Doesn't need to though, does he?
are they hundreds of years old?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, he'd be well able to. Unless they have like separate aging rules for the elves, like you have to be several thousand years old.
I'm not sure they've got the mental capacity to drive a car, to be honest. They're house elves.
I don't think Hermione would appreciate you saying that.
I mean, he did speak about himself in the first person, and that isn't exactly a good idea of intelligence. Dobby's going for the lead!
Isn't that third person?
That's what I meant, yeah. He's speaking to himself in the third person, sorry.
No, that because Terry Jeffords does it in the Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
What's that, sorry?
Character in a TV show always does that as well.
Oh, what, talk about himself in the third person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, York is in.
Okay.
Meaning Cowley is the only one who still needs to make a pit stop in this race.
I mean, I don't know really what he's trying to achieve at the moment, but, I mean...
Just seeing if the overcut can work.
I don't know if it can, you know, but he's given it a good old go. How far is he back to Papin? Papin's not come across the line yet. There you go, 35 seconds. No, he's going to be way down. He's going to be down in 7th, maybe 6th. I think at this point, Irish is going to take him. He's got to come in this lap. I can't see it working anymore.
I think he'll be between Coleman and Irish, maybe nearest Colm.
Okay, well, it'd be good to see where he comes out. I think, I think you're right, maybe. I think it'd be very close with him and Irish. So, is James going to pull it in this lap?
He's got to pull it in soon, surely.
No, going
Not
for
this
another
lap.
one. Gee, okay. I mean, he's got a somewhat slipstream, I guess. Okay, right. Well, Ludvigsen was getting quite close to Pedrozini. We did come off his dash cam, but we'll go back on it because he's got a little closer again. Oh, he really wants to go for a move here. It's not a best place to try, and he's on the grass because of it. Didn't think that was going to work. Oh, he's joining in front of Holm, and Holm almost has to slam on the brakes, but I think he was just carrying enough speed for it wasn't a problem. You've got to be careful doing that, though, because that can net you a penalty for joining unsafely, but manages to not impede Jimmy Holm at all, but Jimmy's right on the back of him now. We might see a move here, but I don't think you can do it really into this corner. It's just too tight.
You're going to have to wait, although Ludvigsen did just make a mistake, so maybe they'll open up the opportunity of the penultimate hairpin. Oh, he's going for it. Jimmy Holm down the inside. Ludvigsen's giving him the room.
Yep.
And that might be move done unless Ludvigsen goes for his own dive at the final corner, but surely not that far back. No, I think he thought about it, but wasn't quite close enough.
I think Jimmy had it done, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, good overtake that. Work that through a couple of corners.
Is there a reason Renoir is pitted in the fast lane in the pits?
It might have a drive-through. What position was he in?
He's currently down in last. He's literally just sitting still in the fast lane.
He's done. That's why, I think. Yeah, he's done.
Car really shouldn't be in that lane, though.
No, he should have pulled it into his pit box and control or deleted or whatever.
Oh, he's moving.
It's going. That might have been a hardware reset then, possibly.
He was doing a Lewis Hamilton at Russia last year.
Yeah, that might have been a control or delete back in the race. Yeah, he's coming back out. He is last, though, but yeah, fixing whatever error he had with his hardware. It can happen, especially in these conditions. You can give a real wrench of lock, and I know with some of the Thrustmaster wheels, they can click out of balance quite easy, leaving you with a 45-degree angle on your wheel. So yeah, might have just pulled it back in, sorted it out, recentered, and off he goes. Yeah, it could have been something like that, but we'll find out. So Cowley then coming round again. What's the gap now? This will be very interesting to see if Remy's been able to pull him in a little bit.
Let's see.
And I did actually see Ludvigsen and Jimmy going at it again in the same corner, and Jimmy Holm managing to hold on. Ludvigsen waiting, getting a pounce up to the last corner, but having to get out of it. No moves then. So what's James going to do now? Is he going to put it in? Nope. He's going again.
Yeah, must be going for just really, really fresh tyres at the end, but isn't really that useful.
Nope. Okay. I don't think we've got any real close movers and shakers at the top end. Timor is now about a second or so from Papin. This is probably the closest battle that's going. Well, one of the closest battles for the lead. Steinhausen is, what, he's half a second back from Sazonov. Anything else to report?
Papin was slower than Cowley last lap. I mean, Papin's about to come across it, but the last time Papin came across the line, it was slower than Cowley. Let's check this lap. What was Papin's time just now?
I didn't see. His last was 1:32.9. That's all I can see at the moment.
Cowley's last was a 32.2.
Sorry,
so
a 1:32.193. Papin's faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Only
so
a bit.
1/10 quicker.
Only a bit, though.
But yeah, the lap before, Cowley was quicker by 0.2. So he's not actually losing time. And I think Cowley's had free air all this lap as well, so might be a decent lap unless he pulls it in. Nope, stays out another lap as expected. And it is a 32.211, better than last lap.
Wow. Yep, 32.211. He's right on the same pace as Remy Papin. The tyres go long here. There's no problem with the tyre.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just hoping that if he keeps it out for as long as possible, the field that he's going to jump into spreads out after this pit, and he can find himself a nice little area to come into. The only problem is anyone else going faster since they've pitted? Which you would have thought.
Timon, I think, has been closing in on Remy.
He has. It's still 0.9. It was just over a second. We're watching it right now. Got my eye on what's going on towards the back as well between Holm and Ludvigsen. That's still half a second. But this is the more pressing fight going on. Cowley then going for another lap. 27 laps currently. 17 minutes to go.
Very good lap for Remy. Personal best, 32 dead.
Okay.
Oh, and Renoir's gone off the track, so maybe more wheel issues.
Matt York then is getting really, really close. Is that a back marker or is that actually Quintin? It is Quintin. He is pressing him down the back straight. That gap really opened up quite quick, so someone must have made a mistake. Quintin Seal, they're in the same car, so, well, look at the top. It's all Astons, isn't it? Look.
Yeah.
It's a very Aston covered grid, this one. It's a stable car. It's, you know, it's a good car to have for the whole year. It's quite good everywhere, you know. It's a good all-rounder.
Cowley's done another 32.2, 32.274 last lap.
2/10 off.
So we'll see how Papin's lap does.
Yep.
Because last lap, Papin was 2/10 quicker. So we'll see what it is on this lap as Remy is coming up to the penultimate corners. Tumons fell back about a half a second so far. Actually has a better fastest lap than Remy, 31.9.
Must have dropped back the last lap before then.
Yes. Also, Irish actually has an even better fastest lap, 31.8.
It's had a little bit clear air, I think.
That wasn't their last lap, that's just their best
His best
lap.
overall, yeah.
Yeah. Remy, 32.1.
Okay, so let's see what Matt York can do going down the straight. See if he's got enough. I don't think he does. The two are motorsport guys in the background going at it again. Sazonov and Christian still line astern together. Maybe they'll come to an agreement and finish next to each other. I don't know. Still battling. Still good stuff happening on track at the moment. 15 minutes to go. Cowley's still out. Only person not to pit. He's going on a completely alternate strategy, which I don't see how is going to be quick. He knows he's got his penalty, so maybe he just wants a really, really light car with good tyres at the end. But we'll see. Yeah.
He's also just had one of his last worst laps in recent times at 32.3. So tyres might actually start going off now.
So the pace of the leaders at the moment, 32.1, 32 dead-ish is best lap kind of pace. Irish has done a 31.8, so still pretty good at the moment. This is race pace. I can't remember what the quali time was for pole now.
Right. So I'll check back on the stream.
It's too long ago for me to remember.
So it's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years. Right. Can York do anything to phase Quinton Seal here? He's had it all his own way. Cowley's still out. 14 minutes to go. McLaren gets well out of the way for these boys.
So Jay Fang and Jimmy Holm are in a fight for 18th at the moment.
How close are they? Half a second back from each other. Close to Ludvigsen as well.
Yeah, they're much closer now. Jay going for a move down the inside. Cowley's just lapped them.
Oh yeah, Cowley getting in the way. Look at
Well,
Jimmy.
Cowley just overtook them.
I was going to say, but look at Jimmy using the slipstream. There was some rubbing. We're all good.
Some tip-tapping.
Some tip-tapping.
Tap-tipping. Oh, yellow flag ahead, 17. I think they were just going a bit wide. The Spuddenschitz.
We're all good. So did Fang made his way past Holm there? Dropped off a little bit because it was him and Ludvigsen battling. So Jimmy Holm has not had a good couple of laps. He's lost himself 2 positions. Vince van Mervelde has managed to stay where he is in 16th position, but still not the best of showings after what happened last week. I think Fang's going to start pulling away now. There's not really much to watch here. Let's see what's happening a little further up the grid. I think the two R Motorsport boys are still really, really close, as Quinton and Matt York are getting even closer. Still nothing that Matt York can do to get past Mr. Seal. Must be so frustrating to know that every lap he goes around he's just matching you on pace. Or just a 10th here, 10th there.
Only stays out another lap. 32.157, very close to his personal best.
Okay.
Let's see how Remy does. What is their lap currently?
Remy's last lap was a 1:32.334, yes, and James is a 1:32.157, so he's going fast. But it's all semantics. He's got a 30-second penalty, so he's still going to come out with Sinnott, I reckon. Maybe even with this battle that we got going on with Matt York and Quinton Sill.
I'd say probably nearer York and Sill, to be honest.
Yeah.
Actually, it would probably be quite a bit behind them, because 32nd on top of what there already is a big, big time loss.
So is Cowley still out? He's going to do it right at the end, isn't he? Be interesting where he comes out. Oh, York getting it all wrong in the second to last corner. I don't think we're going to see a change here. Probably have to wait. Van Merville getting close to Pedrozzini. Oh! He has got it right, and he's managed to literally eat my words. Instantly gets past Quinton Sill. But Sill's right on the gearbox. He wants to move back, but I don't think he's got the pace. We've got a line of Aston Martins going toe-to-toe here.
Also, I'm not sure if you pointed out when it happened or whatever, but Irish did get past Sinnott.
Oh yeah, no, I did not know that. That is interesting. We didn't see that, we missed that. You're quite right. So Sinnott's tyres are slowly going off.
Right. I will see if I can check on the replay how that overtake played out. What car is one of them at least?
114 and 555.
114, there we go.
I was laughing at Atta Adogan saying sad Honda noises after Tortellini said that the wet is the Aston is best in the wet now. Sad Honda noises. VTEX quietly.
Oh, Sinnott let him through.
Ooh, okay. Why would he do that?
It was after the chicane before the penultimate corner.
Maybe he didn't want to be losing time.
Maybe
someone fighting him.
Maybe, but they don't really lose anything by battling, do they?
I mean, you can.
I mean, usually yes, but they've got pretty big gaps in front and behind in terms of actual positions. So I'm not quite sure why he let him through, and especially seeing as in the upper echelon positions, every position counts for points.
Yep, you're right. Ludvigsen is very close to Van Merville now, so we'll stay with this little battle unless anything gets spicier towards the top end. It's still about half a second between 8th, 9th, and 10th, so we'll stay roughly around this top end of the grid for now, unless we see any moves from James Cowley. I think is that Cowley in the background? Looks like his car. I think it is. Yeah. Get a view of the race leader here and 17th and 18th all in the one screen. Ludvigsen's dropped back about a couple of tenths, but Van Merville getting that all wrong, and Ludvigsen's going to really make hay here. We might see a move. This is a good place to do it. It's a hard corner. No, he's going to hold on, maybe get a good run down into the chicane, but it's even harder to overtake in the chicane, but he'll hop out of the slipstream if he's going to do it. I don't think he's got enough room. Well, he's hopping to the outside, getting a good run. Van Merville's going to stay tight. Oh, see them getting very hesitant there as he gets towards the apex, but that's really compromised his drive down towards the penultimate corner, and Ludvigsen, I think, is going to have it done. They're getting blue flags here, though, because Cowley is right behind, so you've got to be really careful. You don't want to get in the way, because this is the leader. You're battling on for 17th and 16th, but you can't get in the way of the leader behind. Good line from Van Merville. He's going to have a run. That's a really good line. Ludvigsen getting a bit caught out, and Cowley still out at this stage, still leading. Blue flags intensifies. Sorry, carry on.
And this race is going to be literally pitting within the last 5 minutes of the race.
He's going to get it done right at the end. Oh, blimey, Van Merville cutting through that gap. That was tight as anything. Manages to put it off, though. Cowley is sweating right now. Trying to get past. He's made his car wide. He's going to push his way through now. Blue flags pretty much in operation all over the place.
J Fang.
Fang's making hay here. He's doing a bit of a Max Verstappen around Monaco, following the leader. Yeah. Has he got it done? He has. Van Merville losing out massively there then. Is there more battles going on? Is he all good? Looks like he is.
Quang just lost the rear end a bit, and there was nearly contact between them.
That must be very frustrating to see that happen, having to let the leader pass and losing a position because of it.
The thing is, at some point, Ludvigsson's also going to have to let the leader through.
Yeah, is what it is, I guess. One of those.
It is what it is.
Yep.
Yellow flag, not quite sure what that was for. Oh, it's up ahead. That's Steinhauser.
Oh, okay. He was very close with his teammate, but no teammate in the view at the moment. So he's really dropped off.
Cowley's in.
Cowley's in. Okay, cool. This is the next best thing. Then we're going to see this race. He's going to have to sit there for 30 odd seconds. So we think it's roughly going to be around Matt York, don't we? 6th position.
Yes.
Where is Matt at the
a fair bit
moment?
lower. Matt is...
He's just about to go up the hill.
Yeah. We're going up the hill, I think, currently.
Yeah, I think he's actually... I think York's going to jump him. He'll
Yeah,
slot
definitely.
in between probably...
It'll probably be near a sort of Delusha, Papel, Sassanov, Sil, that kind of area.
I don't know. I think he's going to jump in between York and Sil, or Sil and Sosnov. We'll see. Oh, I do wonder what Saffzo's favourite cheese is. Well, we can't do that round here. Donington isn't exactly known for its cheese, but Cheshire was. I mean, what is your favourite cheese?
It's going to have to wait for Cheshire.
We're going to have to wait. Oh, have we got a race this... I don't think we've got a race round Alton Park in this season.
Looks like you're waiting a long time then.
Okay, well, what is relevant then? What's your favourite sausage?
Don't have a favourite sausage.
You don't have a favourite... Come on, you must like a chipolata or something.
No preference.
No preference, papi. Right, Consonant then, 5th position. Matt York, no, you're right. They're going to be even further down. He's coming out now. He is coming out now. Paoli's going to get past.
Yeah, he's way behind. He's down with Lima,
Paola
Steinhauser.
Lima. Yeah. They're behind Steinhauser,
14th.
right. Oof.
And they would have come out around 3rd also, so that shows how painful a 30-second penalty is.
I mean, yeah, that's tough, that. But, I mean, making the best of it, I guess, but I probably would have come in a little bit earlier.
Sooner.
He fueled his car, obviously, really heavy to go to the end. Okay, well, Remy Papin then done a absolutely fantastic job this race. Labou's dropped back a little bit now. He's got about 2.5 seconds. Papin's just absolutely lapping.
Lucian Papal for 8th. Looks like might be a fight.
Yep, we're on board now. Gonna watch them come through the chicane.
Delucia should have slowed down a bit more chicane, try and get a better exit. That means can't take advantage of the hairpin coming up. Sassanov also getting close to Quinton Sill. So we aren't deprived of battles for the last 3 minutes, just not for the lead.
Nope. It's just not the spicy ones, boy. Closest battle we've got then is 7th, 8th, 9th. I mean, they're just as spicy. It's just as fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see what DeLucia can do if he can make his way back through. He's half a second already. The real spicy battle that we were watching has really kind of opened up a little bit now. Sazonov and Quinton Seal and Matt York, it has really opened up. That's how much quicker York was, like 5 seconds almost in between those guys now. This is the next best thing, half a second between DeLucia and Papil, but I think that's probably going to be it. We've got Jared Zabuski down in 21st. He is half a second back from Storr, so we'll see what happens there. We'll keep an eye on that gap if it does decrease in the next timing zone, which it might do. No, half a second still. Remy Papin then's playing an absolute blinder from the get-go, isn't he? Ignored the OP strategy of pitting at the beginning and just came in when he wanted to. Then let us ask Saffzo what's his favourite GT3 car.
Oh. Oh, that.
I mean, past, present, is that what you're asking? Just of all time?
I assume they mean like GT3 cars in this race.
I love the Honda NSX, but it's just slow as anything.
Yeah. Would the BMW M3 GTR E46 count?
I don't think there is any BMWs in this one. There is one at store. Where is it? B20. Not too sure. It's isn't it an M8 though? The BMW.
Yeah.
So what's
I was meaning out of ACC.
out of ACC? There is
No, M3 GTR wouldn't be a GT3, would it?
no.
I think that'd just be a GT car. Would it even be a GT car?
Isn't it the M4 is the GT4, right? I don't think there is even a
Right.
GT3.
Right. Okay. Never mind then.
NSX is underrated, to be honest. I mean, it's underpowered. I don't know why they nerf it so much. At least make it a usable car in the game. Otherwise, no one's going to use it. I don't see why they put cars in and nerf them so much that no one wants to use them. I don't understand it. I know it's probably maybe true to the real life. I don't know. I don't really follow the Blancpain series, so I've got no idea. Is it a bad car?
There's been a crash at the penultimate corner.
Oh, Jesus. Who's involved? Yep,
Quinton Sill, Sassanov. So that battle for 7th must have heated up.
Yep, we literally jumped straight to it. That was actually pretty good. Is it an M6? I don't know. I've got no idea what it is. I thought it was an M8.
I'm pretty sure it's an M6. That does ring a bell.
Okay.
So I think someone said something about the M6 being on the thumbnail.
Okay.
Well, they're on the final lap of the race, so if you want to get your moves done, do it now, and don't crash at the penultimate corner.
IRL, the Honda isn't that competitive. Yeah, well, there you go. The Evo version was a bit better. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know if it was an M8 or an M6. I know obviously there's the new M8 car, and I know the M8 GTE in iRacing is pretty rubbish. I don't really run the BMW, so I've never sat in it, so I wouldn't know if it's a 6 or an 8. McLaren boy. Sazonov. He's fallen back a little bit. We are race over. Remy Papin. Whereabouts is he? Penultimate corner. What a brilliant race from Remy Papin. From start to finish, he's almost led the whole way. Fought for it into turn 1. Bit of a controversial incident, but I'm not sure if he was the one who's going to get penalised. But yeah, great job from Remy. Quality qualifying, and he really put it together then. Timon Lebeau coming through in 2nd position. Good stuff from him. Alexander Irish managed to recover back to 3rd. What a fight back through the field. Good stuff. He's going to be annoyed because he had good pace. And then Colm Sinnott getting back into 4th position, or staying in 4th at least after that pit. Almost pulling a Nico Solman like we had last time. York coming through in 5th. DeLucia just about to come across the line with Papil, Limarenko, Paul Lee, Quinton Seal, all fighting at the back there. Not fighting to the line though. Sazonov and Lima are just coming across the line there as well as Steinhauser, where we got James Cowley coming across in P14. A little bit of a fight at the back there with Pedrozini, Jay Fang, Vince van Mervelde coming across the line, and then behind him Jimmy Holm, Marcus Storr. Oh, this is a battle here.
Yep. To the line.
Oh, that's a close
Powell
one.
gets it at the end.
Good stuff then from Powell. Marcus Storr in 19th. Jack Young in 20th. Jay Trickle coming across too. Lots of people coming across the line here. As we get into the latter end then. Bentley's not doing well this afternoon. All towards the back end of the grid. Ada Slow coming far. Oh, he had some awful damage, I think, after the contact. He was
involved in the early incident.
Yep. Nowicki coming across in 31st, and then obviously all the others were off the lead lap. Jan Garbus, Daniel Brunschitz, Ryan Renard, then you got Kropp coming back with Sir Williams, and then Mattia, who unfortunately jumped out of the car on lap 1. Oh, put straight there from Stewart, garbage race. Bless him. Well, that was a garbage race, I think, for everyone outside of the top 3. Apart from Colm Sinnott, I think he pulled an absolute blinder to get where he was. But Remy Papin then maximising his points. Good job for him. He'll get 100 and a step closer to the socks. It's good stuff.
Also, we already have Irish waiting and ready for interview.
Good. We'll get a bit of a chat with Irish and see if he is how he's doing with that incident that we had. So let's see if we can pull him in. 1 second. I'll put him in now. Alexander Irish.
Hey,
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you guys doing?
Very good. It was a great race to see you come back to, was it 4th position?
Third, I think.
Was it 3rd? You did get it back on the podium, yeah, because Colin Sinnott was 4th, so you overtook him, didn't you? Because he had the undercut strategy, but didn't really work.
Yep.
Now, I want to talk about turn 1, if that's okay, because it looked like Remy got a brilliant cutback on you after giving you a bit of space into turn 1, and then he had a slightly faster line exiting. It was, what is it, turn 1, turn 2, and it just looked like you came across him and just almost you caused your incident. But obviously, I'd like to hear what happened from your side.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. From my point of view, you kind of ran out of space, I think, on the left, because I was like in the middle of the track already. And if I gone any further to the left, I would have gone off track. So
Yeah,
it was pretty much the only line I could have taken, I think. I'm not mad at Papin. I was for like 1 lap or so, and I started sweating again.
yeah, settled back into the rhythm and just got your head down and carried on. I mean, from an outsider's perspective, it just looked like you ran him out of a room. We looked back at the replay. It just looked like you closed on him, and unfortunately, you both touched, and you bounced a little bit harder than he did. And obviously, that's because I think the camber of that road is just about turning to the right, and you obviously bounced off to the left, which is just unfortunate. Did you keep it out of the barrier? It didn't look like you hit.
No, I hit it pretty
You
hard.
did?
I had
Okay.
like 20 seconds damage.
Oof, did you use that damage? Did you do it, or did you keep it the whole race?
No, I kept it. I
Yeah.
put it off for 10 minutes or so, and then I just used it, I guess. Lost like 2 or 4 tenths a lap, but I think I was still one of the faster guys out there, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Yep. Best lap was a 1:31.6 from you. Just for example, Remy was a 1:31.8 was his best. So yeah, you were, well, without that damage, you would have been so much quicker. Yeah, it's just a shame. I think you had the pace to actually take the W today, with that little incident. Well, we'll leave it to. See you later, Tortellini. Sorry, he's just saying bye in the chat. Everyone's saying congratulations anyway, but we'll leave it down to the stewards, I think, to see what they say about what happened in turn 1, because we're just talking about it. Doesn't really give or lay any blame. It's just one of those things. I think it'll probably go down as a racing incident, to be fair.
No, I'm not the guy I'm not the one to blame other guys or stuff. I really like to watch the replay first, and
Sure. Well, we caught
when you're
it
driving,
perfect.
it all felt differently.
Yeah, of course. It's always different when you're in the cockpit and you can't see left and right and whatnot. So yeah. Well, it's on the stream if you want to have a look at the stream, or if
I'm gonna watch it.
I think Crop might record the replay anyway, so I'm sure he'll put it up in the chat in the Discord. But I mean, 3rd position out of all of that, you got yourself some good points anyway, so I wouldn't worry.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Better than last race.
Yeah, on to the next one, definitely, and hopefully it does your championship hopes some good, gets you some good points.
Thank you, and
No
thanks for the
problem.
stream.
No worries. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, I do.
Good.
I love it.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah, bye.
See you in a bit. Right. Cole
Hello.
Sinnott.
How's it going?
Very good. Am I pronouncing the name right? I do have
Very
a
I
bit of...
appreciate your pronunciation. It's right for once. With a lot of the lads, you don't get it right.
So I got it right?
Yeah, you actually are, yeah.
Okay, there we go. And I'm sure lots of people call you Callum or something like that along those lines.
Yeah, exactly. Colin as well is another one.
Colin.
Yeah, completely ignoring the last letter. But yeah.
I love it. We were talking to Alexander Irish, who isn't Irish, and now we've got Colin Sinnott in here, who is Irish, which is even better. I mean, you almost pulled an absolute blinder. We were watching you and hoping and willing you to catch the guys at the front, but unfortunately, just a little bit. We saw Remy Papin come out of the pits as you came round after your march through the field with so much space. And unfortunately, just didn't quite do what Nico Solman managed to do yesterday in the Tier 1 race, which is exactly the same strategy you pulled. But still, 4th place.
Yeah, for sure. No, I had an idea already before yesterday of doing the one, like the early stop, and then I saw Nico do it yesterday. I was like, okay, that worked.
That worked, yeah.
So I'll attempt it. I don't think my pace initially was very good, and then I think it just faded, to be honest, purely because of nerves. And then I let Alexander by because I was like, look,
We did see
it's
that.
wet Donington. it's probably best for the points in the overall. Thinking long term, I'd better just let him by because he's clearly quicker, and then he might get into an accident or something if he has enough pace, which unfortunately he didn't. But it was like I'm kind of happy with it overall, especially like. To be honest, Donington is one of my stronger tracks. Isn't like it just I hate Donington, so in the West and to be in fourth overall, I'm quite pleased with.
I think you should be really happy. You made it work as well as it could. It wasn't the dream that we were all hoping.
No.
We thought you were going to pull a win. We thought you were going to go for the W because you just had so much space in front of you after you did that pit. No one else had that on track for as long as you did.
Yeah.
No,
that was another thing. I was like, I noticed, like, I mean, look, it's going to be traffic and everything, and people are going to be stuck in traffic. And that was thinking behind it. I was like, look, that'll be an idea, so that we can try it in the race. And just unfortunately, it didn't have the pace for today. But look, it's good to know later on in the season, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I think you still had the pace. I know you said you weren't as quick as Alexander Irish, but just looking at your fastest laps, you did a 1:31.9 with knackered car, pretty much. The tyres were rubbish. And
There was one lap I think it was okay with.
He did a 31.6, so it's only 0.4 off.
Yeah.
So it's not all dissimilar, but obviously you're probably lapping a little bit slower towards the very end.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's it. Like, I mean, Alex, to be fair to him, was just absolutely crazy today. Like watching him in practice and in the quali was seriously impressive. And I think, unfortunately, the first lap incident with him got in the way. But I think look, to get back to where he did in the end, to be in P3 for him is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's really impressive. And I think it'll be a great thing to see into the future now, into the rest of the season, see how everyone does, and hopefully it's good racing.
Yeah. Well done. You get yourself some good points in fourth. So I don't know where we are next with Barcelona, I think.
We are, yeah.
Yeah, so similar kind of track-ish. It's quite good-ish. I mean, ish. You're in a good car, so ish.
Yeah, exactly. The Aston. I'm very fortunate to have the Aston. It's my favourite thing in the world. No brand loyalty.
Hopefully, it's not wet. I don't think it will be. It'll probably be dry. So it'll be good to see some racing around Barcelona. But well done, buddy. It was really good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Speak soon. And we've got one more. Hello. Oh, okay. Maybe not. All right, we'll leave him out. Was that you taking him out there, Saf, or did he take himself out?
No, he took himself out.
Okay, we'll leave him there then. Okay. Well, that's it then for tier 2, race 2. Yes, tier 2, race 2. Got confused then. We are back in Barcelona next week. So tier 1 will be on Monday, as always, at 7:30. Me and Saf will be here, and then you can join these boys for tier 2, which will be at the same time, 7:30. And hopefully they can pick up a few clues from what happens in tier 1, have a little watch and see what goes down, and maybe put that strategy. But I think we'll be going back to normal kind of strategies this time out in Barcelona. So anything to add before we finish?
No, it's a good race. Look forward to Barcelona. Bye-bye.
Okay. I think you ended it perfectly. You can join us here on YouTube for lots of other things during the week. I can't remember what they are. I know there's F1 on Sundays. There's probably some other Project Cars stuff going on during the week. I should probably find out the schedule a little bit more further in advance. But there you go. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next week, boys.
Bye.